Bad Apples. A My Little Pony Creepypasta. Read from the Spinpasta Wiki. Howdy, y'all. My name's Applejack, and, I guess y'all aren't too used to having a pony tell you a story. Well, I reckon it's about time some pony did, so, y'all like apples, don't you? Well, that's good. You see, I was born and raised on apples. Apples are my life. Heck, apples are more than my life. They're... well, gosh darn it, I can't explain it. You ever imagine being torn apart, piece by piece? Agonizing pain rushing through you? Well, that's how I feel about my apples. I love my apples, which is why I do anything to make sure they stay big and strong. You see, life's a lot like apples. All it takes is a couple of bad apples to ruin the whole batch, and I just can't let that happen. Now, let me get on with my story. It began one fine afternoon. I was picking apples and trying my best to keep the farm in top condition when I noticed some pony trespassing. Now, I'm a friendly sort, so I decided to go over and see what the new pony wanted. Only turns out, this pony wasn't like most of the others. Pretty new to town and had a right mouth on her. Still, I just tried my best to move the little pony on without making a fuss. After a while, they went to move on and seemed to be a nice enough pony despite the rough start. Then it happened. That pony went ahead and took one of my apples. Took a big bite of it right in front of me and smiled real nice. The kind of smile one has when they do something wrong and think you can't do nothing about it, and said, "Catch you later." That was when I realized I was dealing with a bad apple. I played it nice, though, and managed to wave them off with a smile, though I had to grit my teeth somewhat as I watched them toss the barely touched apple on the ground as they left. That night, I waited until the others were asleep and headed out. It didn't take me long to track the other pony from before. Turns out, they were staying in a house not too far from the farm. I looked in and found out the pony was asleep, so I climbed in the window. I admit, it wasn't my smartest move. The noise soon woke them up, and they started getting real mad at me. Like I said, that pony sure had a mouth on him. This time, however, that mouth was shut rather quick as I pulled out an apple and shoved it in that pony's muzzle. They coughed and spluttered as they fell over, but I didn't let them get up. I leapt at them and pinned them to the floor as I got another apple and stuffed it in their muzzle as they squirmed, choking as I crammed the apple further down their throat. "You like apples, don't you?" I said, watching as the pony's eyes watered, body flailing, before finally going still. That critter sure put up a fight. I was lucky the house was pretty far from the other houses in Ponyville. I would have felt just awful if I'd woken some pony up with all that noise. After waiting a few minutes, making sure the pony didn't suddenly leap back up, I got off and carried them with me to the farm. A bad apple had to be disposed of to stop it from spreading to the others, but it could still serve a purpose. I dug a hole under one of my favorite apple trees and buried the pony, making sure to press the earth down deep so it wasn't disturbed. I'd gotten pretty good at it by then. I reckon almost every tree in the farm had a bad apple buried next to it by now. So far, no pony had noticed. I gave a look at the tree before I retreated, giving myself a little smile as I took a nearby apple and helped myself. Only one use for a bad apple, and that is to help other apples grow. like apples, don't you?